Hello, this is Eliminator, cutting a track for Paladin Gaming. Today we're playing No Man's Sky. I'm currently standing here on my freighter, so this is not a new playthrough or anything like that. And what I am going to be doing is just kind of showing a few of the basics of the game. I know Paladin, for one, has had a little bit of interest in how this game is played and has not actually seen much of it before, so we're just going to do a pretty basic mission. I typically play in first person, however I'm going to be swapping back and forth a little bit to better show the environments and the ship. So I have a solar ship which is going to have these kind of moving S-foils and these kind of projected solar panel tools that make it pretty maneuverable. It's not one of the most amazing ships in the game, but I love how it looks once it's flying, and it is pretty quick. Another ship I use that I'll show in another video is the Boundary Herald, which was the reward for completing the Cursed Expedition. So in any case, we're going to just do a pretty basic fly around, complete a mission, and call it good. Alright. Alright, so what I've chosen to do is look for ammonia. Just kind of a, fetch quest, so to speak. So we're going to have to find the appropriate type of planet. And there's probably a toxic planet, which is the kind that has ammonia in the system somewhere. But, I don't know that for sure, so we'll have to scan a few planets and find out. Oh, this is my freighter right here, by the way. Basically just my home base ship. And I'm going to go ahead and move into first person just because I like that a little better. We can look around at my foils and all that, which is kind of cool, though. Alright. Okay, so I've actually not landed on any of the planets in this system before, so let's just go ahead and just land on a planet and just show that process. One of the great things about this game, I think, in my personal opinion, is that it's not a load screen game. You're in outer space and you fly to a planet, enter atmosphere, and then land on the planet. So we're heading down onto Piasco Tau just to give it a little bit of a look. Oh, and I guess I could have stayed in the bigger view to show my S-foils closing, but that's alright. One thing about this game is that each planet has its own biome, and, that's not really how, Earth certainly is. We have lots of different... Oh. I'm getting probed by space authorities, so I guess we're going to have, a little combat right away. Oh, you don't like my forged passport. We are not going to comply. I am not interested in getting rid of my passport, so we're going to go out to space, fight the space robot police, and then try to make an escape. So we can't go into our pulse drive, we could escape right now, but... Oh no, we did escape. So what happened is once we left atmosphere, we started going a lot faster, and they didn't see which direction we went in time. Well, in any case, back to what I was saying, I guess. We'll fight the Sentinels, which are the robot space police, later. It's not realistic that a planet would have only one biome, typically. But that's just a common thing in science fiction. You know, if you think about Star Wars, Tatooine has one type of biome. The Force Moon of Endor has one type of biome. And, you know, it just kind of helps the planets stand out from one another. So, you know, No Man's Sky kind of does that formula. And we've just encountered a merchant in space. This race, the Krovaks, I'm still learning their language. I don't know everything he's saying, but you can still trade, even if you don't know the language. And he actually doesn't have anything I'm very interested in right now. Like, if I was trying to build standing with Vy'keen, then I'd buy one of those to give away, but this guy can just, you know, screw off for now, and that's alright. Flying along in pulse drive right now, which is just our way to get around the solar system quickly. Of course, if we leave the solar system, we have to go to hyperspace, which I may end the video by doing that. I was going to do that find ammonia mission, but I got distracted really quickly just because I'm in a strange solar system that I haven't explored yet. So what we'll do instead is check out this planet and probably get into a space combat and fight some sentinels, and then go to hyperspace. And you know, just a good little intro to No Man's Sky if you haven't played this game before. I will put together a series of videos that is a more extended playthrough. But you know, this game can be very grindy. It plays kind of like Minecraft, where you're doing a lot of resource extraction. So just a straight, unedited playthrough might be a bit of a challenge to watch. You know, it'd be good for background noise, but, you know, I won't pretend that I'm some super experienced No Man's Sky player, so it might be a little tedious to watch that style. But if I have, like, a specific mission and edit it, I think that would be a pretty good idea. Ooh. We don't want to go any... Yeah, okay, good. Our ship didn't actually let us go into the cave. I was going to say, I don't think we actually want to go in there. We'd probably get stuck. But anyway, let's go ahead and land. Make some sentinels angry, and then fight them and escape. And we'll call that good. This is a pretty hot planet, 97 degrees centigrade right now, which means my environment suit will only keep me so safe for so long. And there is a storm going on right now, but that's okay. We still have a few minutes before it becomes fatal. We just won't go too far from the ship. Now, a big thing that you do in No Man's Sky is it's just an exploring resource collection game, or it's a space combat game, or a first-person shooter, or whatever part of the game you really want to... Oh, there's one of those sentinels I talked about right now. Let's just go ahead and make them nice and angry so that they send interceptors after us, and we'll go have a space combat. We actually don't want to fight a bunch of them on the ground right now. Let's get out of here. But like I was saying, you can scan minerals, flora, fauna. You get you know, money for doing that and other rewards. Some missions have you do that. And the cool thing about it is, since this is a somewhat multiplayer game, you can in fact rename the things you discover, so then people have to deal with whatever you name them. Of course, you know, there is a reporting method, so I wouldn't choose something, you know, too inappropriate if you were hoping to have the name stick around for sure. Alright, let's go ahead and lock onto this guy. Got his shields down. Oh, they recharged quickly. Got his shields down. We'll switch to missiles just to get that extra damage in. And now that he is dead, we can go to Pulse Drive and escape. That wasn't a particularly elaborate combat, obviously, but if I stuck around, they'd send more waves of those fighters and eventually a capital ship. And one of the cool things about this game is, again, there's so many different ways to play it. It's been out for about 9 years, and they have released, I think, like 36 or 37 massive updates, which is, you know, new graphics and gameplay mechanics, but also just completely new things to do. Like, I started on my freighter at the beginning of the game. I can summon a fleet, and there are fleet combat missions, you know, more akin to a traditional flight simulator that a lot change. You can just decide to go to another planet and take a gander. There's a lot of water on it, so we'll land and kind of show. This game, again, it's a big exploration game. And that includes underwater. Now, the Sentinels are not confined to any given planet, so if these guys see me, they're going to be super mad. And they will attack me. There is a lore reason about why the Sentinels behave the way they do, but I may save that for an actual, like, storyline playthrough in No Man's Sky. It's not a super complicated story, but if you haven't done it before and you're not interested in playing yourself, I think that'd be a fun video series to do. Probably start in a new galaxy to do that. But anyway, let's go ahead and go underwater and see what this planet has to offer. Plants, minerals, fish. That seems about right. We can see that volcano in the distance. I think that's just a slight choppiness to the graphics. Got a pretty nice computer, but certainly not a top-line one. Some alien seahorses. Psychic alien seahorses. Linked mind control. Interesting. So this game is procedurally generated, so there's just, I mean, you see textures and models reused sometimes, but, you know, it's a close to infinite amount of planets and animals and plants and minerals you can encounter, even though a lot of them are functionally the same to each other. You use them for the same purposes, and many of them even look similar, although they do release updates that creates more and more visual diversity over time. That's pretty. Can't scan it, whatever it is, though. It's playing the Sentinels Are Coming to Get Me music. That's interesting. I'd mentioned the game is very Minecraft-y in a lot of ways, so I'll go ahead and show you what I mean by that. We're going to go ahead and mine this copper right here. Copper is used for a lot of construction, and oh, I made the animals mad because I mined the copper underneath one of them and it caused damage, so In any case, sorry about that weird alien deer things, but I'm here for copper. I could increase the scope of my terrain manipulator here and get copper faster. However, the bigger you get it, the less copper per unit you get. And oh, cool, this is one of those fire planets. Let's go ahead and get out of here. That deer's mad at me anyway. The S-foils do that automatically. Kinda cool. But anyway, this is just intended to be a short video showing the game off a little bit for Paladin and other people who are interested. So in any case, let's go ahead and go into Hyperspace, find a new system, and call it there. So anyway, what I mean about this game being procedurally generated, every single star that we are seeing here is a system that you can travel to. It is absolutely absurd. You know, it does mean there's not a lot of depth of like NPCs and, you know, not a lot of like super unique missions, but you know, in terms of like open exploration, and it's a pretty neat game if you like that sort of thing. I'm kind of excited to see what the future can bring in terms of new AI. Nope, just went into hyperspace. I didn't even really check what system we were going to. I could have read a little bit about what to expect once we get here. There's different levels of lawlessness. These different dominant. There's 3. But you know, I've been to dozens of systems already. I've been to hundreds, if not thousands. Curious of the basic Sentinel music, which is kind of cracking me up. But yeah, the Sentinels are like this kind of automatic robot police force. They get mad if you attack them. They also get mad if you extract resources in front of them, and they will attack you. Which, without giving a ton of spoilers, is one of the reasons why you don't find massive settlements in this game. This ancient robot police force, because they extract resources. So we've got a few different planets here. We can actually just go to the menu. 3 planets and a moon. Bladed planet, that's one of the like really rare style planets. You know, not all planets are equal in terms of how often they show up in different solar systems. Frothing planet. I don't know all the types. There's several dozen, so sometimes I have to remind myself what they are. You know, this is also a game that there's probably no problem playing with a guide. You know, it's not like there's a ton of big spoilers if you just go through the main mission, you know, in terms of like knowing what planet types are and where to find different resources. I don't think that's a big problem if you want to play it that way. I wouldn't do an expedition that way, but let's check out a bladed planet, and then I'm gonna call it for now. Alright. Interesting geology. Huh, and these blade-looking plants, or possibly minerals. We'll find out. Oh, it's an anomalous planet. Ugh. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. Let's go ahead and kill this thing before it attacks us if we get too close by accident. And that's right, it's gonna scan the blades of this bladed planet. Okay, so they're just these ancient plants. Pretty cool. Could mine it and turn it into carbon, but that's okay. Oh, and they have ancient robot fauna. I'm thinking of that song by MC Chris, Robot Dog. Okay, he's not hostile. He was just running my way for a minute. Well, let's go ahead and recharge our life support. And we'll get in our ship and call it for now. But I'll be posting more No Man's Sky on the channel before too long, but I'm going to try to find something very organized rather than abstract to do. In any case, this is Lemonager. Thanks for enjoying Paladin Gaming.